Aku, I'm telling
Oh,
Albert to come enjoy.
okay.
Because he's more financially prudent than I am. Don't mind me. Me, I know how to spend.
Yeah.
It's all party.
Okay. So today we are talking about financial fitness and mastering money for a healthy relationship. So, all right. If we say someone is financially fit, to the lay person, someone who doesn't have knowledge on finances, nothing. If we say someone is financially fit, what does it mean?
Eh, For me, I would say someone who knows how to manage their money. So you're not always jittery about money. It doesn't not necessarily that you have it all or that you are abundantly rich or wealthy, no. But you know how to manage your money to be happy, to be comfortable. You're not in debt, you're not running away from people. When we give you money, it doesn't disappear into thin air without results kind of person. So you know how to, what's the other word for manage? You know how to keep money and make it work for you really as well. Yeah, that's my idea.
Okay. So let me take, for instance, someone who is able to manage money, is able to save, and is putting money down for their future. But currently, the person is always struggling, even though they have saved for the future. Will you call someone like that financially fit?
You save for the future, but come again. Oh, he's trying to join with his phone and disturbing me. Sorry. You said someone has saved for the future, but
Someone who
please come
saves
again.
someone who saves enough for the future but doesn't spend on himself or his needs in the present. Will we say that person is financially fit?
Uh, that person could be financially fit. You've saved, but when you saved, did you do your background checks well? What were you getting out of those savings? Was the money really working for you, or the money was just stuck somewhere, all in the name of saving? I mean, sometimes you would like to be very conservative. You wouldn't want to bank all your hopes on some kinds of investments to lose part of it, if not all, in the future. So yeah, that person could be financially fit, but uh, how fit really? There are levels to that fitness because we're all saving, yes, but some people's monies are working for them. You know, in the savings they are investing as well. So uh, I wouldn't say that person is there yet, but it's a good start. You get me? It's a good start. If yeah, it's a good start to save, but the money shouldn't sit in one place. You should let the money work for you. The money just can't sit in one place and you expect it to grow. Or those kinds of savings, you don't earn as much, if you ask me. You don't earn as much, but in as much as you want to earn a good amount of money or good value for your savings, you need to research and know what you are going into, the risk you
Okay.
are taking, and what returns those risks are going to give to you.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Albert, welcome.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, he's here. Albert, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So we are discussing financial fitness and how it affects relationships. We try to define what financial fitness is. So let me ask you, if someone says someone is financially fit, what does it mean, like in your understanding?
Well, I think there are two answers. I guess there is there's the absolute, which is the person has money, and there's one that's okay. Let's just say the other part where the person is prudent with his or her finances. So even if they don't have it, you can tell that if they do get it, they can keep it well. There may be people who are rich but not financially fit. Maybe they just got the money. They probably didn't work for it. So someone who knows how to manage money, how to get in money, or let me say, how to get in money, keep the money, and make the money multiply, I guess.
Okay. The question I asked Petra, if someone knows how to save but doesn't know how to spend in the present, will we say the person is financially fit? Like they have needs in the present they are not meeting, but they are saving towards the future. Do you get it?
No, not quite. Come again.
Okay. So let's take me. I have all my money in savings, hoping for a future where I will spend that money. But right now, I need money to buy, say, groceries. But I am not spending that money. Will you say that person is financially fit?
What if you die and you leave the body?
Hey, for groceries, there you don't have to die. That one is a need.
So, I mean, honestly, I don't know the dictionary definition of financial fitness, and I'm just answering the questions based on how I see things, right? And I think that everybody has their own goal and how they see success or they see money. Some people are happy knowing that I have money in my bank account.
Okay.
Once they have that, they are happy. Well, maybe that works for them. Others too are happy when they are spending the money. I'm a scanner is fair, you know. Um, Maybe they know that money will keep coming. Maybe they've saved some, but they do spend the money. That makes them happy. So I would say it depends on what their financial goal is, and everyone has a different financial. And that's so until you get the context of who they are, where they are coming from, how they handle money, you may misjudge.
Okay. So let me go to the next question. How can couples identify and align their financial goals while maintaining their independent financial individual financial independence? Let me take it again. How can couples identify and align their financial goals while maintaining their individual financial independence? Petra, I'll start with you.
How can couples align their
Align
financial goals?
while being independent financially.
First of all, I'll start with having an open communication. So have an open communication about, like your dreams and what's sorry, your dreams and priorities that you have, you know, talk about them and know that both of you are aligned. Once you are both aware that you are aligned towards this goal or that goal, then you can work towards achieving it as a couple. And once you agree on something, you need to respect those boundaries. Not that we have decided to do A and then we work towards it halfway and one person decides to go the other way. That's no good. It brings a lot of conflicts, and I've seen that happen a lot of times where, and I think it usually happens with the men. Most of the stories I hear come from women where they've agreed with their partners on what to do with this money. Say, want to build a house or want to buy that, such um, expenditure, and then they save towards it. halfway down the savings, you see that the man will go and use the money for something else. Oh, something came up and I decided, my family member needed this help so much, and I took a little without telling you. I mean, that is that will stop that will cause a whole lot of storm in the house. And
Yeah.
sometimes they don't get it. It's not, I'm not angry about you helping your family member. I'm unhappy about the fact that you decided not to respect the boundaries we have agreed on. We created these boundaries. We were supposed to be aligned. So why are you moving the other way? And so I always think that as couples, like we need to have an open communication. We need to discuss what we are doing. And once we discuss, let's all stay true to ourselves and stay within the boundaries. I know sometimes it's really hard. It's really hard. We're humans. Things happen, things come up. It's really hard, but let's try as much as possible to stay within what we have agreed to do and not go the other way simply because we can. And yeah, sometimes it's not, and it happens. It happens when most people also have like the joint accounts.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not a fan of that. Your money is our money. My money is my money. So I'm not. I know people come for me, but I don't care.
Yeah.
That's me. I don't like joint accounts. That one, it won't happen. Well, we can do joint accounts for other developments, but yeah, we joint accounts, no. Is not something I, Petra, would advise. I don't like it. So me, I won't advise anyone to do that. But yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine. Like Albert said, if you don't know the person's situation, you might misjudge. So for me, please don't judge me. That's my situation. It doesn't work for me. I've never tried it really. I don't think I would ever try it. Yeah, so once there's a joint account, some people tend to misbehave. And if you see that it's not working, please don't let it be that, oh, having a joint account is beautiful and flexing in the society to say that, oh, me and my husband, we save monies jointly. Please, if it's not working, it won't work. But if it works, I know it works for some people, and kudos to them that they are able to stay within those boundaries. If it works, hallelujah. But if it's not working, please don't let society pressurize you into having a joint account when it's not working. Yeah. But yeah,
So
let's surely have an open communication and stick to the rules.
okay. So your philosophy is his money is our money. My money
Oh
is my
yes, my money is my money. The woman's money is always her money.
very interesting. Gobon is laughing at that. Yeah.
Oh, come on. Oh, that's Steve Fry. That's my little sister. Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. All right. That's okay. So Albert, your money is our money. Our money is our money. How do couples align financially while becoming independent as individuals when it comes to their finances? Albert.
It depends on their situation. Let's say if one is super rich, there's a good chance that they may not even care what you do with your money, what the other partner does with the money. Right? Say if the woman is rich and she has a lot of money, she doesn't really care what the man uses his money for.
Are you sure?
I
Eh, so
guess.
what? Isn't the empty barrels that are making the most noise?
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I
How
guess
much
like
is the money? Then,
okay, you're talking from a woman's perspective, right?
yes, we care.
Yeah, I know. I know women say that. Yeah, I can make my own money, but yours is sweeter. But
Thank
Right, right.
that's it's more like how are you a kind person? Do you give me money irrespective of how much I have, right? But I'm talking about line by line item of what you have done with your money, I don't think the woman would bother so much. Likewise, if it's the man who has a lot of money, may not bother. If he's not giving you that money, he may not bother what you are doing with it. It becomes a problem when, let's say, both of you are not earning as much as you would want to earn, and your needs are above your finances. Then every month you put calculator by your money, and that's where it becomes trouble. Like, what did you do with this money? Now I have to pull bank accounts and then check line by line. And depending on the situation, and depending on the personality of the couples, right, individually, there are some women who are spendthrift, and there are some women who are very careful with money. So you look, if your situation is not that you have it in abundance and you don't care, and you want to build your finances together, you have mobile bread together, so kakrana yawano, that kind of life, if that is what you are living, then if, for instance, the man earns more and the man is prudent, and the woman believes that the man is prudent, maybe joint accounts will not be necessary. But if it is such that the man every time, let's not say that he's a spendthrift, he's just too generous. You know, that people like that, they are just too generous that they may meet someone randomly and the person would say, oh, I need this, out of pity. They'll just give their last money to the person. Whilst their family have, or there's a project that they want to deal with, right? In that case, it is better to hand over the money to your wife if she is more prudent with money. All right. So if you do that, say joint account to be better, she probably will hold the cards. You know that there's someone who will be the gatekeeper of money leaving the family. So if both of you have cards on it and you have agreed that you are saving towards this and you spend out of budget, then somebody will come and ask you, why have you spent out? And I didn't talk about it, because then the man will feel like, but it's my money, I earn this money, why do I have to take permission from you? Right? But if you have decided that this is what you want to do and you're putting your money together, as soon as it goes into the pot, you don't have absolute control over it. You need to get permission from the other person, even though the other person did not earn it, but it is in the pot together. So what goes out, you need approval. If you check your personalities and you can deal with that, that's fine. If you think you can't, then what some people do is they keep their individual accounts, then they have a family joint account. So what we are saying is that every month, bring 60% of your earnings into the family pot, and the 40% you have, you can do whatever you want to do with it. Right. Some people do it that way. So it's not one size fits all. What it depends is the amount of money that both of you are earning, your earning ability, your personalities. Do you have any weaknesses when it comes to money? Do you have any baggages when it comes to money? So you look at all these things and you decide which will best fit your situation. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to get somewhere and you create budgets for yourselves and you want to be able to deal with that. Yeah.
So Govon says, empty barrels catching stray bullets. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What practical steps can partners take to build a strong financial foundation before and during marriage? Petra, let me start with you.
Yeah, so before marriage, like I said earlier, sorry, please go. Before marriage, you need to let your cards out. You need to be very honest about your financial status. There shouldn't be surprises after the I do phase. That it always doesn't end well. if you have some financial issues in your closet, skeletons, please let me know before we get married. Let me know your financial burdens as well. Let me make this very practical. Me, I like to show working. So before we got married, when we're talking about marriage and everything, Albert had to tell me, Albert told me what he like the things he has to do, his what's the word? Financial obligations to his family. It's very different for me. For me, I don't have to remit or be paying black taxes every month. It's as and when I feel like when I have younger siblings that I am not the one taking care of them per se. So if I'm giving money out, it's more out of generosity than a must or than an obligation. Yes, but for him, he has to. It's he's obliged to do that for his family. This conversation shouldn't come up when we are already in. Otherwise, when month on month, oh, I have to go and give this to my auntie. I have to sort this one out. Because I'll be like, why is this happening? You understand? But he made me aware of this situation and I accepted it. So there are times that I would even check in, hey, have you sorted this person out? Because I know that he's obliged to do it. And so I would encourage him to do it. I would help him. And perhaps even when he's down, sometimes I would willingly help him financially to sort those obligations out because I am aware those are his obligations for whatever reason. You understand? So I always say that it's best to have those discussions way before the I do phase and not wait when, when you've settled in trying to figure your lives out as a couple. That's when you will start those conversations. It really doesn't end well. Sometimes it will make the woman seem as if she doesn't like your family members, which is usually the case, like for some people, and it's not cool. And yes, it be our own people. It's just that because we didn't have it earlier, it comes across as as some ways somehow so I always say that it's best for couples to have those discussions way before marriage so that they can be aware of what's happening. I mean, what's likely to happen. And then also before marriages, I also encourage that couples in Ghana, there are workshops. Well, I personally didn't go for those workshops, but yes, we're listening to some audios, sermons together. It was a day, like not a daily thing, but it was a regular thing that we used to listen to Mensa Otabel's CDs on family, on relationships, on money. So like we can even pause it and discuss some of those things, hear his opinion about what has been said. And it gives you some insight about the person somewhat. Because sometimes the person like you hear something and along the discussion, n'anim bɛsesa. So you know that okay, he doesn't agree with this thing, but then you are for it. So you're like, okay. It also informs you on whether or not this whole union is going to be good for you. So you can pick some pointers there as well to know that ebeko ana enko, then you can decide on the way forward. Now, when you are in the marriage, practically, we like to do this budget reviews where we take our pen and paper with this. Ours has this spreadsheet, Excel, that would align all our expenses against what is coming in, and whether you're always down or you need to do more or better. So there are those review or date night review kind of thing. And that one, we're not going to cut anybody's heads, but you know that you are accountable, and you need to be honest about those conversations too. Sikano efa, say it. Why this? Why that? You need to be very, very honest there. So let's normalize, having a regular budget reviews here and there. It doesn't necessarily have to be once a year, but it has to happen in the year. It could be more than one. As and when you think you need to review, well, sure, this month, scanner and so, or for the past quarters, when the money's coming, like it's like every month we are waiting for payday. You should put your pen and paper down and say that you need to have a conversation. And when it gets there, it's not an emotional attack. That's not when you have to come and cry because wedi really it's kind of alpha baby. So you you have to be honest and know that it's not a personality attack. It's just us discussing to move the family in a positive direction. So we should normalize that. And I also think that um couples should have this thing, this emergency funds that, yeah, we should encourage that too, to have those emergency funds. Sometimes, yeah, things happen, emergency funds there, and see that, there's always an emergency. So the emergency, we know in theory what we have to do, but the reality on the ground, it's always difficult, but we should try, we should try to have those emergency funds and be very prudent about it. We should be very self-restrictive. We should hold on to some of our likes. I always say that when you do the investment, it's like you are delaying some gratification. Sometimes,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, you want to buy something.
You want to
Like right now, I think was it last week or so? My mom told me, "Hey, Black Friday is coming." I was like, "Hey, really?" And she said, "Hey, and mama, don't worry, pa, because I'm really broke that I don't even know that Black Friday is coming." Since Abako, I don't know because I don't have money anywhere, so I'm
you
not
know?
looking forward to any sale. So yeah, the emergency funds they need to happen, and
Yeah.
we need to be prudent about it, and delay some of our gratifications here and there, and I think we'll be fine. Yeah, we'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
Oh, we'll
Definitely.
be fine. We'll be fine. It's not easy for everyone. I mean, it's not easy for anyone. So we'll figure it out. Maybe I get this out.
Enjoy it.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe I enjoy, yes, sir. And the sad thing is, you always think that the other person has more. You understand? But yeah, nobody has it all. And every stage has its own problems. I remember when we're doing national service, all we really wanted was to get contracts. And then you
You
c-
know?
you you calculate your contract money, you'll be like, oh, now as a national service personnel, I'm earning 500. Hey, if I get contracts, I'll be earning like 1,005. I can save this much. Oh. Masa, Uju contractor. Uju contractor on the show,
I
that's that 1,005 and soon and you'll be like, hey, it says, and then you are looking forward to being a permanent. Do I get as a permanent staff? Hey, I can save this much. Master, you will get there and you won't save if you are not careful. So every stage has its own problems,
yeah.
but we'll figure it out along the way. Sometimes we need some of these wake up calls,
Yeah.
peer to peer, to remind us of what we can do to get to the top.
Yeah.
But it's not easy. It's not
Oh,
easy.
so Gabon says money is never enough if you are not careful. And I agree with that. Most of
Mhm,
the time, as we are elevated, we elevate our spending to meet that
mhm,
level of
mhm,
elevation. If you are
mhm,
not prudent, if you are not someone who will say that, okay, I've been elevated to this level, but I want the excess to go to savings, or I want the excess to go into investments, you are going to always be in need always
Yeah.
looking for money. And that is most
Yeah.
of us our lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we just have to know how to be prudent around money. And I agree with that. Money
Yeah.
is never enough.
It's never enough. And in Accra, everything be packaged. You need
Oh
to
yeah.
package.
Like he is asking God, are we not his children? We need to spend money too. So yeah. Now let me come to you. The question is, what practical steps can partners take to build a strong financial foundation before and during marriage?
All right. So, I mean, before marriage, you need to have that money conversation because finances is usually one of the top reasons why marriages break. And it is so because of the philosophies, the different philosophies we have about money and how we think about money. Depending on the person's background, sometimes if you are coming from a place of scarcity, you're always jittery about money. And if you are coming from a place of abundance, you really don't care about what you're spending because you are used to. You go to a supermarket, you point, they buy for you. You point, they buy for you. But if you're coming from a place, you point and your mother will tell you, act like you've not seen it. Let's move on. We grow up having different mindsets about money.
Yeah.
Anytime money is mentioned, it's either you get scared of losing what you have or you smile because it's spending time, right? So as a couple, you need to find out where you are when money is mentioned. That conversation is very important to have before you get into the marriage so you know the person you are dealing with. Once you are in the marriage, one of the conversations that you need to have is there's something that's very important. Like we are all working. Okay. Let's say we are working towards, as a family, we want to build a house. Now, ordinarily, putting a roof over the family should be the man's responsibility, as far as I am concerned. But if your woman can, she can help so that it goes faster. So you have decided that you are building and that majority of your money will go into the building. One of the things that really becomes a challenge is when you don't get to spend the money that you are working for because you're working towards your project.
Yeah.
So you see something nice, you can't, let's say a woman, you're helping your man. You see something nice, there's this wig or there's this bag you didn't buy. Then you get home only to see that your man is going to buy a watch. Right. And then you're asking me, where from this watch? Oh, it's nice. My colleague brought it and then I bought it. How much is it? 1,500. Wait, that could have bought how many bags of cement? Then you get pissed, and then he probably go like, but it's my money. I worked for it. Why can't I spend 1,000 of my own money? Forgetting that you held yourself buying a work so that that money can go to the project. So to avoid that, one of the ways that people deal with it is you can have a percentage of your money and you can spend it on anything that you want guilt-free. Because you need to enjoy your money and you need to work towards a goal. That's fine. And everyone and what makes them happy. So maybe some people are working towards having 1 million in their bank account. They just want to get there and then they feel good. Others want to be able to know that if anything happens to them, they would have money to sort it out. So far as I know that I have an emergency fund and I can live on it for 6 months, financially I am secured and I'm fine. Like my mind can go to rest. Until you hit that point, you always jittery about money. So we need to talk about it so that the family, you can decide collectively on what your financial goals are. And if you agree on what your financial goals are, that is what you'll be working towards, both of you. And in that case, you will be able to go through the marriage without financial compensation or finances being one of the topics that you'll be arguing about. So that's what I think. Before marriage, you need to understand each other, what your financial philosophy is, and see if you're compatible. And once you get into marriage, you need to always be able to collectively decide on what the family financial goals are. So you work towards that.
Okay, thank you very much. If you are down here and you want to come up to speak, kindly hit me up so that I can bring you up. Emilia, I saw you wanted to join, but I couldn't add you. You can try again so that we see. So let me come to a question about what we just discussed. Imagine you are about to get married, you discuss all these financial stuff, then you get married. After marriage, then your partner tells you, oh, maybe I'm owing this much, or maybe I took a loan from this bank and it's this much, and it's so much that it will plunge the new family in debt. What will you do?
What will you do? Sunday, it has you've already entered a bad debt. You've already brought the problem because what God has put together, let's no man put asunder. But I know that for some churches, I mean, I'm not saying anyone should go divorce their partners if this happened, but I know that the basis of marriage is honesty, and so most churches, this is like a big grounds to say it's okay, I'm not going with you anymore. I think that before we got married, they asked us to go and do swear an oath. Albert had to swear an oath that he's being very honest with me about everything. He has no child outside, and I also did same. And so let's say down years down the line, if it comes up that Albert had, let's say, a child way before we got married, I that could be like a good grounds to say I know they do again. Because
Maybe I
that
didn't know.
happened.
It's
Not
not
just
that.
that he wasn't honest with me from the onset,
No,
and
wait.
that
Maybe
is
I didn't know.
something.
It is not that they have brought my son up.
Ah, well, but yeah, that I'm just saying that is usually like a good grounds to say bye bye. But I mean, saying bye bye is also not the solution, because you have no guarantee that moving on to the next person is going to be better. So I'm a strong believer of not divorcing if you can, but you've already brought the problem. You've already acquired that problem as a couple. Whether you like it or not, you are now part of the issue. So you have to sit together. You can rant, you can do whatever you want, scream, shout, whatever. But oh yeah, then you can be cheer. So you have to sit together and plan ahead. Plan on how you guys are going to sort this matter out. I'd really like the man to give me his plans for how he intends to sort that debt out. You get it? Because mind you, yenyanka me sika na ho asem. Me, my money is usually my money, so you give me your plan and let me see how I can help. You understand?
Okay.
So as for your plan, dear, it has to happen. Your plan has to come out. I need to see how best I can help you, and then we'll take it from there. But I always say that it's not it's not the best of situations to be in, that you would hide something as important as this. Of course, people in our part of the world, people are not forthcoming with conversations about money. People won't tell you. It's so hard, like for people to even tell their partners exactly how much they earn. When I heard that, I was surprised. I was like, I'm not asking you to tell me in absolute figures, but you really don't know how much your husband earns to the point, to the decimal, minti bida. You know, it is a shock to me when I hear those kinds of things, because I think that we should normalize those things. Now, if you can't even share something as little as that, well, someone will say it's not little, but if you can't share this, then what kind of relationship are you guys really in? It's very questionable for me. So I think that we shouldn't encourage such privacy when it comes to money and marriage. Once you're in there, or once you have good intentions to go the long haul with someone, if you have something as gross as this, please, I think that you should have a way to go about it. Of course, and yes, we share will be, then you're telling them that, and I'm at the
Yeah.
100,000, and I'm at the baby. And that is not even feasible. Obi any or bekasa. But when you see how far the relationship is going or has gone, let's say even at counseling stage, some of these things should come up there. Some of these things should come up, because I know that there are activities that you as a couple must go through during counseling. And whether you like it or not, you will have conversations about money. And that one here, you can cry a bucket of tears. You still have to talk about it. It doesn't matter your experiences you've had in the past. You still have to talk about, those things. So I think that really, kind of the enyaba, so will pay, but it's not nice of any partner to hide these things, and it would spring up later in the union. It's not nice. If you didn't know about it and it comes up, that's fine. Yeah, we'll know that you didn't know about it based on the conversations we'll have. We'll know, say, oh, that say you're being honest. But as much as you can, just be honest. Just be honest, so that we know how best we can help you. Because at the end of the day, I love you, so we'll sort it out. You get it? We'll sort it out. Yes, to the best of our abilities. So we should just try to be honest.
Okay. So let me go into the comments. Gobon says it's grounds for divorce, so I agree with you. If the other person is willing to come out of the situation, then it makes it easier. Yes, it does. But for me, I won't trust you again. If you're able to
Yes,
do such a
yes,
situation,
yes,
very difficult for me to trust you. So
yes. And so already now the marriage is kind of set up for
take a
failure.
car, you know.
We take a car, but when you're the one question, I do know when you know, but you see, you can't go and tell your parents this. So you can't go and say this to like your elders, so that you are divorcing your husband because they'll kill you. What about that
Oh,
man?
they're not the one sitting by the marriage, so they can have their
That's the thing. So they will,
no, they can
and
have
some
their
some of
opinion,
these
but
things are
the
shameful to
final
discuss.
decision will lie with me. So that one is shouldn't be an issue with them.
That's
Because
the thing. So
I think
sometimes these things are kind of embarrassing to discuss. Like, but it's serious.
so Gobon goes ahead to say, but what if soon you find out that that's part of their make too? Oh yeah, there are some people who are plunged in debt and will make your life miserable
Yeah.
because they are always owing everyone.
Everyone. Nesi council no bosume biada.
And that's a very bad marriage to be in, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last comment says, talking about a problem is really not much of a problem, but their willingness to that is it.
That's the thing.
Their
Oh.
willingness to change. See, some people will give you all the stories in the world. They will apologize. They'll even
They even make you
cry.
feel bad that you found out.
They will cry. They will bring in elders, church, whatever, but they will never change.
Then you
That's
ask, Nana Crackers say, what's the end?
So how do you survive in a marriage where you are always plunging in debt? And mind you, if your partner is in debt, in as much as you think my money is my money, it will affect you because if there is no food
Yeah.
at home, You can't
Yeah.
say, oh, there is no food at home, but I'm holding on to my money. You would
No,
definitely.
and your kids cry will die of hunger. That one there, and they will sack them for school fees. Eh? That one there, I don't know.
You
When it
can't
gets
look
there,
at your
there, my
kids and
philosophy
say,
can't work. Oh.
you can't look at your kids and say, I'm not going to pay the school fee. It will definitely
No.
affect you, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, it
These
will.
dynamics are
Will.
very
It's true.
stressful. And sisters, they are the ones always open to talking about the issue. Thank you. They will talk and talk and talk, no change. That's how they are. So let me
Some
go
people
start.
they need baptism. They need to be
I know they
rebaptized
need to
into.
focus into the exercise. That's how I help them. Albert, let me come to you. What will you do in this situation? You've gone through counseling, you've gone through everything. There was nothing about this mentioned. Then you come home and your partner tells you, "Oh, me kwaji loan or UT Bank or Naeva. Here.
Best save, best point, best point.
Best point. They are coming for our house. What will you do in that situation? Oh, but if you are talking, you are muted.
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
So it's like Petra said earlier, your money is our money, and my money is yours. So likewise, your debt is your debt, and my debt is our debt. Now. It's true.
Into me no never with your sarcasm.
Exactly. You know
That one
what?
there is true. I don't have a choice.
That's what
That's
the
shameful.
elders say. The elders say that ukwawa nanya de pa for breath you unya a friend say
A car,
and
Fatima
also
ho.
fatina ho. Tino atina ho sa na what did which means don't come home and say that you could the car. You know, divorce is out. But I guess it's not even about the money, it's about trust. Right. And it's a break of trust because if you owe money and you're not open about it, the person will even overlook this case and start thinking, what else do you have that I don't know about? Do you have some twins or triplets somewhere and I don't know about? Because if you can hide, say 20,000 or 100,000 CDs debt, then you can hide triplets. You know, so then the person will start thinking worst case scenario and they may not trust you again. So for me, trust will really erode. How will I handle it? All right, it's your debt. If I have excess of money, I can give you to reduce your debt, but I won't make it my headache. You would have to. There's a reason you didn't tell me. Maybe you thought you can handle it. So whatever plan you have, you execute that. If I find that I can help, I will help. But the bottom line is that trust would have eroded. So how you can restore that trust, that one will be up to you. But from my point of view, what can you do? It's either you can help. If you decide not to help, to other things gets affected. So eventually, you would have to look at it together and get it off. But then what happens to the trust? And that's the bottom. If we are not married, I would have to rethink the relationship. Something else has to be strong enough for me to overlook this. Because like I said the last time, for me, the last time we were talking about how do you know this is the right one or it's just little things, very, very little things. How you treat a house help, how you treat what's it called, a gate man, how you treat, very little things for me to figure out who you are. So something like this is a red flag. What it means is that it's not everything that this person is going to tell you. So between now and when we probably get married, if the person shows me otherwise, fine. If not, nah, there are bigger things that are going to come when you get married. It's an indicator.
Yeah.
But once you are married, you deal with it one way or the other, and you move on. You know.
Okay, so I have two more questions, and we have 9 minutes. So I'm trying to see which one I should ask so that we close with that. Okay. What tools, strategies, or habits can couples adopt to ensure continuous financial growth and mutual accountability? Let me take it again. What tools, strategies, or habits can couples adopt to ensure continuous financial growth and mutual accountability? Petra.
Hmm. Like I said earlier, for me, we use our own regular Excel sheets. Where you are matching your expenses against your income, what's coming in, what's going out every week. And nowadays we do a lot of the transactions on our phones. You are paying, you can get your bank statements or whatever. We do like a lot of the things are on our phone, so we can easily say, oh, this month this is how much I spent. I bought this, I bought that, and then you can easily, you don't have to always, be
Right.
writing them down. For me, yes, I won't write them down like on the move. I can't. But then when we sit down, you're like, oh, I think every month we're spending about this much. Every week we're spending about this much. And so this is what goes out of the account this month, every month. I mean, every month. So yes, you can do that and it helps. For the strategies, I think Albert mentioned something about the knowing the strengths of each other. So you know the one who can be the gatekeeper and all that. Yeah. So that's sometimes you can elect yourself to be the gatekeeper for whichever project, and then you see I'm monitoring what's going out. And so I know that we have to save this amount. Oh yeah, then yeah, this is what I'm saving. This is what I'm guarding, you know, I'm guarding the account for. And so no spending. If I see that the account, I'm monitoring the accounts literally. So everything that goes out, I'll come and question you. It doesn't matter that it's your money that we brought in, but this is what we've decided to do. And because we've all agreed that this is my strength, it's not like, hey, this is my money. Why are you controlling me? No, you understand? Because we've agreed that I'm going to be the controller of the account. So you understand that that's my JD, and you also understand your JD, and we work towards having that goal set. For the habits, I think I'll still stick to the reviews that we do every now and then and adjust accordingly. What's working well for us, what's not working well for us, what should we cut down, those kind of things can also help. And one thing that I like a lot is for us to celebrate milestones together. We usually don't like to celebrate these things in our part of the world. Yeah, if it doesn't have to be something that you have to tell the whole world, but yeah, even if it's just the two of you or a few family members, to talk about your wins, it's encouraging to the other family members as well. And sometimes some of these things you say it to people, oh, this is what we could do, this is what we've done, and you feel good about yourself, and you know that, oh, we need to keep doing this. It gives you another you know another vim. It gives you more vim, and your family members too will give you more vim and also take inspiration from you. So I think that we should also normalize celebrating some financial milestones here and there. And of course, listen to some of these things, the books, audio books, whatever, podcasts, whatever. You can do all those things together, and it helps. It gives you an idea. Sometimes when I see some of those things like financial stuff on Instagram, I just forward them to Albert, and I'm like, oh, did you see this? I saw that. I saw this online, and I thought it was interesting. And sometimes we'll discuss. We like me. I like chatting. So I'll say, oh, make time. Let's chat about this. it's part of the everything and nothing kind of conversation sometimes, just to and yet they be an already concern. And it's not always about the love stories. Sometimes you need to have some of these things, and it can be fun in its own way. So yeah, let's make time to do those things and make them habits as well. It
Oh,
helps.
all right. Thank you very much. So, Albert, I come to you. What tools, strategies, or habits can couples adopt to ensure continuous financial growth and mutual accountability?
This one that somebody wants to celebrate financial. You are calling
Ma-
for you are calling for bills for yourself.
Oh no, say
Even
see, that's not
no, I'm just
I know, right?
yes, even when you have not celebrated a milestone you have reached, you are getting, you
Black
know,
taxes.
no, not that. Like, what, every at the end of every month, like, people have been told that. I mean, when you get the alerts, like,
It's like they've gone to tell them that they've paid you.
yeah, so your classmates or some JSS classmates be required that you've not heard from in 10 years, they will just come message you. I mean, apart from the fraud ones, like, you get the new ones that people will be. Anyway, so there was an earlier point about why some men don't tell, or some women don't tell their partners about their salary.
Okay.
It depends on the personality of the other partner sometimes. Because, for instance, let's say if you are with a wife who's always spending, as soon as she knows that some bonus has come, no, to come with a tall list of things. So Pablo Chano, you won't even tell. And sometimes, if the husband is stingy, when the woman gets any bonus, like, hey, I won't mention this.
Anyway.
I mean, I've seen it. I used to have a friend, like, they paid bonus, and it's just like, when you're having a conversation with your husband, never mention that you've gotten bonus. So it's probably maybe the husband they're winning back, right? And it all boils down to being open. And sometimes there are some men, when they see that the wife is earning, they want to suck everything out of the woman's account. So for that reason, they won't be open about how much they are getting. Maybe they are getting 10,000. They tell you that they are getting 4,005. Now, Obano, open the mobile. Now the rest of the money, at the end of the year, you get it.
Yeah.
So a lot of things into say people don't tell. It depends on the people that they are with. For the flags did not show up. Who said no,
Yeah. You have a point.
Imagine this person we spoke about that came into the marriage with tons of debt. Then you won't want to let this person know that you are earning this much, because
True.
you will now be saying, oh, yeah, when you're skyway there, from good to your make
Yeah.
I wasn't there. So even if I get promotion at work, I won't tell you. So you would think that 5,000 salary that I'm was me,
And one you go suit, yeah.
17,000. You get it. So like I said, there's always a contest, and it depends on the two individuals in the marriage and what their situation is. So it changes. Now, what tools? First of all, you need to define your financial happiness or your financial goal as a family. First, as individuals, and second, as a family. There are some people, I for one, I think when I don't have money, I'm not happy. Right? When I get some money, even if I know that the money is going to leave me soon, at least I get happy. That's okay. Scary Abeshana. And then in the next 2 days it goes away. Which is fine. But the point is that people who are happy, they feel safe when they have financial security. Tinigola, they say, I have enough to be able to deal with whatever life throws at me. Maybe you've never had that scarcity, so you don't think about that. What they say, I want to earn enough to be able to travel around. Now, the two couples have different financial goals. How do we come together and set a common goal So you can have a travel budget, then you can have a security budget. So that will now help you create different buckets for your saving plans. Then you track it on an Excel sheet. You need to track your spending. Because if you don't track your spending, you won't know where your monies are going to. But to be able to do that, it means that you are open about money and you know how much each is earning. So if I don't know how much we are earning, then we won't be able to do that. If you don't want to disclose how much you are earning because of one or two reasons, then you have to agree how much each of you is bringing to the pot of the family. As a man, you are bringing 7,000. I don't know how much you earn and I don't care. As a woman, I'm bringing 3,000. 10,000 for the family. What do we want as a family? We want to travel. Okay, 4,000 to travel bucket, 6,000 to the house that we want to build. Then we keep going like that. So there are multiple ways that you can handle it depending on your situation, but it has to be very unique to the couple.
That's awesome. And this has been a very interesting conversation. We have hit the 7 o'clock mark. Thank you very much, Albert. Thank you
Oh,
very much.
wait. Me, I want to correct something that Albert said. Whitey, I'm not saying you should come and celebrate online. Oh. As for online, it's very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. But I'm talking about the genuine people you have in your circle. You understand? The very your innermost circle that you know that they are like you are sort of accountable, or they push you to be better. So it's, like-minded people that you are sharing your goals, you are sharing your aspirations and your successes with. We all have those kind of very small circle people. So those are the people you are going to share. Not come and flaunt it on Instagram. No. Please, that one day you get taxes. That when you don't give them, they'll come and insult you on top, or they'll bring. Hey, please, they'll come and say, "Why you not please?" It's not easy for everyone. It's not easy for anyone out there. So I honestly don't think that online is a safe place now to be sharing some of these things. And really, I don't think we should be judging people when we don't know their full story. Because yeah, sometimes like Albert was saying, you would hear something about a couple and you are tempted to judge simply because that's not what you're doing doesn't mean it is right or wrong. It works perfectly for them, and so you wish them well. Yes, and hope for the best for them, really. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay. Thank you very much, Petra. Thank you very much, Albert. It's 7:03 now, so we can say goodbye. And thank you very much to all those who contributed and those who joined. We are very grateful that you
Thank
contributed.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you. Bye.